So first you start by taking off your battery. Shake the battery terminals when you lose the bolt, and then it's gonna come off. If not, you just use a pry bar or screwdriver to pry it off while shaking on it, and then leave it on the side. Now you gotta take off the bracket that holds down the battery. It's a 12mm socket. After you remove the battery, now you can take off the electrical connection for the coolant bypass valve. Squeeze the head, then it will come off very easily. Okay, and then you use a 12mm wrench. Use the open end to slowly loosen the bolt, which locks the coolant bypass valve to the engine body. The space behind the engine is very limited, so you gotta think of a way to work around it. It would be a lot easier if you can remove the bolt below this bolt that I am working on. Then you will have a lot of wiggle room to place a socket on top of it to remove it very easily. Now is the time to pull off the hose on top of the coolant bypass valve. You need to pry out the white plastic locking mechanism, and then use a pry or screwdriver to kind of like pry out the top hose, and then tuck it to the side. And then only thing left is the bottom portion of the coolant bypass valve, still connected to a soft hose. Then you could pull the whole assembly out towards the battery tray area, so you have more room to work on it. Over here I am draining the coolant a little bit because it's gonna spill out and it's hot, so watch out, be careful. It will be better if you have glove or eye protection on. Right now I'm just prying on the bottom portion of the hose. You need a small 90-degree like a pick tool to just kind of get underneath the hose, and then get a bigger one, a little bit bigger one, like over here. I'm using a screwdriver to slowly loosen the hose, and then kind of like twist it, and finally slowly it will come out. This is the hardest part of the job. It's a one-way tuck in mechanism, so it's easy to go in, but it's hard to pull it out. Right now we are pulling it out, so I found it easier if you can pull it out while twisting it, and then try to bend it. Hold the hose, and then the other hand hold the coolant bypass valve, and then kind of like bend it and twist it at the same time. There we have it, coolant bypass valve. So if you turn on your AC, and an error message will pop out saying maintenance required, visit your dealer. This is the piece you need to replace. Get a quality one. Over here I'm getting a Eisen. Putting it back is the reverse of how you remove it. So pulling it back will be much easier. The bottom hose will go in very easily, but it's very hard to take it out. Just push them together with some force and twisting, and then it will go in. Then you would have to place it back to where you removed it from. Make sure turn it to the right angle and position. Then put the bolt back. There's a top one which locks the coolant bypass valve, and there's a bottom one. The bottom one I did not remove, I just loosened it to give me more wiggle room for the hose that's next to it. Always start the thread by hand. And then after you cannot turn it anymore, use a socket. This is the 12 millimeter socket to help you to tighten it. Then finally use the tool, use the ratchet attached to it, and then tighten it, but not too much. Just tighten it enough that it's not gonna come off. The top one, you cannot use a socket because the room is very tight. Use a wrench instead. After you tighten the two bolts, push the top hose flush to the coolant bypass valve, and then don't forget to push in the white locking mechanism piece. And then connect the electrical connection, and that's it. And all you got left is to put the battery back, and then you can start your car to verify if the problem or error message still exists. I like to connect the positive terminal first. I don't know if that makes a difference, but that's what I like to do, because when I remove the battery, I always remove the negative first. Now it's the time to verify if we had to resolve the issue. I'm asking him to turn on the AC and see if the message still pops up. Okay, it looks like we had to fix the problem. The error message never showed up again. Thank you.